Tropical Storm Debby could cause catastrophic flooding in Georgia and South Carolina already. Record-setting rain from the storm has killed at least 5 people, 4 in Florida, 2 children, and 1 in Georgia. We're taking a look at where the storm hit, where it's headed, and how you can prepare. Let's first take a live look in Georgia, where areas are still experiencing some really soaking conditions. Debby swept through with heavy rains, powerful winds, several feet of storm surge. And now we want to take a closer look at that damage. Debby was bringing down trees, flooding the roads, all of the water adding up to really dangerous driving conditions. The rain has started to hit in the Carolinas. This is a live look at North Myrtle Beach. We have a crew headed there now for a first-hand look at how Debby is going to hit that area. Live coverage starts tonight at 11 o'clock. Well, North Carolina is under a state of emergency. All of this ahead of the storm. Areas along the state's coastline are prone to flooding, like Wilmington and the Outer Banks. We're also expected to have possible flooding here in the Triad. News 2 is issuing weather impact alert days this Thursday and Friday when Debby hits North Carolina. Meteorologist Christian Morgan is joining us live now in the Weather Garden with how the storm could impact you.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, Tanya, already the couple of showers that we've seen today are those extreme outer bands of Debby already reaching us in the Piedmont. And the worst for us is still about 48 hours away, which is hard to believe. That's how slow this system is moving. You'll still see some ongoing showers just to our south and east, some really heavy rain in eastern North Carolina. But the folks who've really been inundated with just torrential rain so far today have been right along the coast of Georgia and South Carolina, and even parts of the coastal North Carolina getting some of those heavier bands of rain as well. Here's the latest update on Debby as of 5 o'clock. It's going even slower than it was earlier this afternoon, moving at only 3 miles per hour. And that's part of the reason why this is going to be such an impactful system, because it doesn't move in and out quickly. It lingers for a couple of days. You'll notice tropical storm warnings in effect for all of the South Carolina coast, even parts of the North Carolina coast from Ocean Isle and Sunset Beach all the way up to Topsail Beach and Surf City as well, and tropical storm watches in effect further north than that. Here's what we're going to have to watch over the next 24 hours or so. It's that Debby likely moves back out over water a little bit more, and that could further reorganize it or possibly strengthen it even more, which could send our rain and wind impacts up. Now, that's not a guarantee, but it is something we'll have to watch pretty closely. You'll notice the remnant low of it tracks right through our area Thursday and into Friday, and finally by the weekend, Debby is pulling away from us. So let's take you through in time on Futurecast tonight through tomorrow. We still keep a mostly cloudy sky around, and there could be a shower or two, maybe a thunderstorm getting into tomorrow afternoon. Rain chances really start to ramp up as we go into tomorrow night late and into the day on Thursday. You'll notice by tomorrow night, we already have rounds of that torrential rain moving through the Piedmont. It lingers all the way through Thursday morning. So that Thursday morning commute, if you have to go out, it is going to be a mess at best and treacherous at the worst. I really think Thursday is going to be a mess around here. And one of those days where if you don't have to be out, I would likely park it inside, or maybe choose the work from home option if you have that luxury for Thursday. It does start to taper off a bit Thursday night and into the morning hours on Friday. And by Friday afternoon, things are improving big time. As far as wind goes, you'll start to notice it getting a little breezy tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. Wind gusts around 20 to maybe 25. That's not out of the ordinary. But as we get into Thursday, our highest wind gust is going to be on the order of about 35 to 45 miles per hour as we go into Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening. And you couple that with a ton of rain, that's where I think we could see a few power outages scattered over the area. I don't expect it to be a widespread thing, but just know a lot of heavy rain and a lot of wind, you know what that does to us here in North Carolina. So I think the worst of it for us is tomorrow night through the day on Thursday, maybe lingering into the morning on Friday. Several inches of rain are likely, and you can bet on some flooding somewhere across our area. Again, wind gusts 35 to 45 could cause a few power outages across the area. We do have those News 2 weather impact alert days in effect for Thursday and Friday. But I'll tell you, looking ahead to the weekend, great weather for the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Tanya.
All right, right now more than thousands of people in Florida and Georgia still don't have power. That's according to poweroutage.us. Duke Energy already has thousands of workers in Florida to help get the lights back on. Even though we're not expecting major damage in our area, again, just like you heard him say, outages are possible. Knowing how to be ready for a power outage is one of the most important parts of emergency preparedness. Jeff Brooks with Duke Energy is joining us live from Florida right now to talk about the best way to prepare your home ahead of the storm. Okay, so how about you give us a snapshot since you've been in Florida for all of this?
Sure thing, Tanya. It's been a tough few days for Florida. This storm, Debbie, is just a slow mover. It reminds me a little bit of Florence from several years ago that just took forever to get out of the area. Obviously, today it's a sunny day, so we've made a lot of progress restoring power. But, we had some significant damage, a lot of flooding, a lot of downed trees. And that's kind of the same scenario we anticipate for the Carolinas as well. As this storm comes ashore, it's going to have recharged with lots of moisture from out in the Atlantic, and that's going to bring very similar conditions, slow moving, lots of rain coupled with wind, and that combination loosens trees, brings them down, brings down power lines and poles, and it creates a challenging scenario for those that are in the storm's path.
All right, so for those who are going to be in the storm's path, which is, us, as we're all raising our hand like, okay, this is us, what do we need to know? What could we have learned from the people in Florida so that we can be better prepared maybe if we are going to be without power?
Well, I think one of the things that we saw here is it was only a Category 1 hurricane, and at times it was even a tropical storm, and yet it left torrential rain and flooding. So we saw a lot of areas that became very difficult or impossible to access, especially down around Tampa, St. Pete. And those low-lying areas near the coast are going to experience similar types of conditions, I think. So I think the lesson here anywhere in the Carolinas, all the way to the Triad, is, don't underestimate the storm. It may not be a big hurricane, but it still packs a punch. We are anticipating some significant outages, and we're going to keep monitoring this over the next 24 hours. But we're taking this very seriously, and we recommend that you do as well.
Right. What do you want us to do? What do you want people to be prepared to do or have in their homes?
Well, yeah, the first thing is if you rely on electricity for medical needs, you need to have a plan in place if you're going to lose power for multiple days potentially. Also, making sure that you have a way to keep your cell phone charged and all the other things you need to get information. And then also just having things to remain comfortable. That's a key thing. It's hot. And, you're going to be potentially without power if you're in one of those areas for several hours or even potentially multiple days. That happens during these storms. So having that plan in place is really, really important. And then the other thing is that the conditions are going to be terrible. So when that storm is coming through and our crews are trying to get out and do repair work immediately after, if you don't need to go out, don't. Stay home, give us a chance to do the work we do. And if you do come across our vehicles, give us some space, let us work. We're going to be out there trying to help you and just request your patience as we work to get everybody back up.
If we do have a power outage, you want us to call Duke Power and say, hey, even if our neighbor has done it as well?
Yeah, as smart as our system is, we still ask you to report that outage. You can text the word out, OUT, to 57801, or you can use the Duke Energy app or call in the outage. That just helps us stay connected to you so we can continue to give you updates on when your power will be restored and any other useful information that we need to pass along. So definitely report that outage if you experience one.
Okay. Safe travels as you make it back to North Carolina to still be with Debbie.
Part 2. Looking forward to it.
Okay.
There we go.
Be safe. All right. Thanks so much, Jeff.